So I know that you do a lot of community involvement. I've heard that you do. What events, give me some examples of some of the events that you've done in the past.
Well, City Range has been in the upstate here for going on our 13th year. We started back in '98, and one of the things that we wanted to establish even before we opened was really kind of develop a relationship with the community, and really try to tie ourselves to maybe one or two sister charities, if you would, and just kind of support them throughout the course of the year. So this year we're enjoying our 13th year with Safe Harbor, which is a home for battered women and kids. And over the course of 13 years, we've done many events like dinners and softball events, and hosted their volunteer appreciation lunches and things like that, as well as had supply drives and things like that. But I think the thing that we're known for mostly with Safe Harbor is every year we pick a special day, which is Mother's Day. And you know, it's a tough day for a lot of the women in those shelters. So what we do is we just we kind of offer up some special desserts for that day, and then all proceeds from dessert sales in the restaurant gets donated to Safe Harbor annually. So every year it usually comes to be about maybe $1,000 or $2,000 every year that will go to the home. And like I said, we're enjoying
so you'll create a special dessert just for that day.
We'll do special desserts. We'll add to the dessert menu. We'll do dessert contests so servers can really have a little bit more to in it to try to sell more.
Yeah, get them competitive.
We're trying to get creative ways maybe in the future to maybe even sell some more desserts, maybe even drive-through or takeout, just so we can generate some more dollars for the home. So unfortunately, South Carolina kind of leads the nation in domestic abuse, and this is kind of our way of trying to attack it here in the upstate.
Okay, so Safe Harbor is one of your sister charities. Who's your other?
Okay, that's great. The other one, we have kind of a new relationship with the JDRF, the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, especially the one Western Carolina chapter here locally. And we've had that relationship now for 2 or 3 years.
Oh, okay.
And we had a kickoff event with them back in the fall of '08. We had a celebrity chef Michelle Nishan, come in and do a wonderful wine dinner with us. And Chef Michelle Nishan is used to be Paul Newman's partner up in Connecticut.
Really?
And it was an amazing event, $200 a plate. And we wound up generating over $8,000 for the charity that night.
So are you going to do that every year for them?
Well, we would like to. My business partner, Edna Morris, she's actually a former director of the James Beard Foundation in Manhattan. So she has a lot of chef ties, and the celebrity chef ties are always pretty cool. And people will kind of be attracted to those type of events. So we try to turn that excitement and attraction into maybe generating some dollars for you know, community good.
$200 a plate. So I'm guessing you probably have that in the banquet rooms that you guys have here? Or?
That is correct. We do quite a few functions in the banquet room, and some of our wine dinners and charity events in the banquet rooms. This particular one we wound up closing the restaurant for that particular night, but that was a real special evening, and we do look forward to having another one here soon. Perhaps maybe again this fall. The JDRF, they're doing a first annual golf tournament here in the upstate. So we'll be catering that event out at Rolling Hills Country Club.
That's great.
So that's coming up here in late March, I believe.
So you do a lot for both of those charities, not just one thing. You really are heavily involved with both of them.
Well, we try to, and you know, we do sometimes get inundated with a lot of requests to help out here and there, and it's always kind of hard to say no. And especially the last couple of years with the economy being so tough, you really have to kind of cling to the sister charities, the people that you've made commitments for a long time. And then also, I believe in trying to stay true to some of your you know, your core
like personal belief.
Exactly, like, you know, women and children is definitely a need. It's not something nice to have, you know, security and safety. It's definitely a need. And we feel the same way with Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. One of the reasons we have selected that particular charity is it hits a little bit closer to home for me. My 9-year-old boy has type 1 diabetes, and he was diagnosed back in '08. And
is that the reason you partnered up with JDRF?
That's one of the reasons.
That's great.
Yeah. And then upon meeting them and also having all their support, they showed me and my son, or my son and I, when you first get diagnosed, and trying to give back to that organization so they can help others as they kind of go through the same process that we went through.
And you have your heart in the right place when you are giving to one of these foundations. You know you're doing it, you know it's right, you know you want to, but when it hits home, it's personal now.
Oh yeah,
so.
no, absolutely, and you do feel it, and what I think is absolutely wonderful too is the staff here at the restaurant really kind of embraced it as well too.
That's great.
And even with Safe Harbor, a lot of the times that we've done some of the supply drives for them, and we were able to actually go to the house and drop off the supplies and actually kind of interact and see firsthand what they do with these families that have been broken.
It's
just
just
amazing.
Another place. It's not
Exactly.
just some fantasy place. It's for real. When you're in there, you're actually experiencing it, I guess. I mean, you're going into this house, lots of women, children sharing these beds with everybody else. I can imagine it's heartbreaking.
No, it definitely hits home, and it makes you feel good about what you just did, and kind of gives you inspiration to maybe do a little bit more, the next time too. Sometimes in the restaurants we wind up changing our menus a little bit, and a couple times we've actually, where we had to prepare a lot of extra food, so instead of wasting it, we'll either send it to the house, or sometimes we'll sneak the ladies out here too, and get them to take a little bit of a break with their families out on the patio, and so it's just trying to brighten their day a little bit, a little as we can, but also just trying to help out financially, whatever we can do.
So those two sister charities are something that you've proactively went out, sought to help. What other events around Greenville or here in the restaurant have you done for the community?
Well, actually, Greenville is it really is a giving community, and there are a lot of events, and unfortunately some we just have to say no to because you can't commit to all of them, but some of the ones that we stay true to every year is the Taste of the Nation, which is in every spring, where we participate, and also Fall for Greenville, where a lot of the monies from both of those events go to a variety of charities here, especially here in the upstate. So a lot of the dollars stay local, which is really important for us as well too. Okay.
So suppose a local breast cancer awareness group wants to come in and have, let's say, Tatatinis, $1 off of each martini goes to their group. Could you do that, or what is your criteria?
Well, we don't have kind of a set criteria. I think we kind of take every inquiry on its own, and we kind of look at it, and just to see if we can do it. Also, if it doesn't take away from our main focus with our sister charities and things like that. And a lot of times it doesn't. Sometimes we can do some things indirectly with gift certificate donations, things like that. So we stay active with a lot of other charities within the community through that venue. So instead of doing something directly here, by giving away some door prizes and things like that, the National Kidney Foundation approached us last year to help out with one of their golf tournaments and host some of their before and after events around the tournament at the restaurant. So we wound up doing that as well too. So
Okay, well that's great. All right, maybe you can't help entirely like you do your sister charities, but you are offering something. So.
We try to, It's it is hard to say no. Sometimes you have to, but before we say no, we like to try to look at other things that we could possibly do, such as door prizes or perhaps gift basket entries, things like that. So.
And I'll tell you what, I think one of the reasons that they look at you guys, not just because of your community involvement that you've already shown to Greenville, but I mean, I'm over there waiting for you and I'm seeing some of these plates come through. I see some of these strawberry daiquiris come through, and I'm just, who's going to say no to those plates? I mean, that food looks great.
Well, sometimes food goes straight to the heart instead of right to the stomach. Okay. So that's kind of our approach. With when we ask people to do things for us through food and through the restaurant. So it's nice having product like that people are appeal it appeals to a lot of people.
Okay, and the events that you have, do you have them listed on your website?
We just kind of changed our website, and that's actually one thing that we're trying to do. We have a couple of links set up to our sister charities as well too.
Oh, great.
But we try to keep up on our website and kind of list out what things are coming up. We've had a couple things just pop up that aren't on the website yet, including that JDRF golf tournament, which we'll try to get posted here too. On March 12th, we have a pancake breakfast, steakhouse serving pancakes.
You're really having breakfast. You guys aren't even open for breakfast.
No,
here.
we've done this 3 or 4 years in a row now with the Eastside Rotary Club, and they support a lot of different charities, but they've also kind of adopted JDRF. So we're kind of doing this pancake breakfast in conjunction with them, and a lot of the dollars will be going to the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, and that's on Saturday, March 12th.
Is there going to be any contest about who eats the most pancakes or anything like
No,
that?
I think last year it was on Super Bowl Sunday, so I think there was a little bit of Super Bowl rivalry going on, and who knows, maybe with it being this close to St. Patrick's Day, maybe they'll get creative with that as well too, but it is a fun morning. And I'm actually back there flipping pancakes, but it's with a smile on my face. But so it's a lot of fun. So.
That's great.
And speaking of St. Patty's Day, we have done this in the past as well. The University of Notre Dame Glee Club comes through town every so often.
To Greenville?
They come to Greenville,
Wow.
and they do some charity work for St. Anthony's Catholic School downtown to raise some money for that school. And we try to say thank you to them as well, because I'm considered a Notre Dame Subway alumni. So I invite the Glee Club to come in and we feed them. We make them sing for their lunch, but we feed them because of the charity work that they're doing. So that's another way that we kind of indirectly help out, in this case,
You're going to have to
St.
find
Anthony's.
a really good song for them to sing in reference to food this year.
Well, we'll see what we can come up with. The Notre Dame fight song for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But they'll sing for their food, and with it being on St. Patty's Day and having University of Notre Dame Fighting Irish represented that day,
That's going to be crazy.
who knows what could happen. I think the Guinness might be flowing pretty good that day as well too. So
I'll be sure to come. Cory, tell me a little bit about City Range. I've been here a couple of times. I love the menu. I've been here for lunch and dinner. Tell me why you started it.
Sure.
What makes it different than everybody else?
I said City Range, we opened our doors in the fall of '98, and the idea behind City Range just kind of came along the lines of putting two things together that may not normally go together. Sort of a juxtaposition between city sophistication and maybe urban comfort. And that juxtaposition is true in a couple of things. One, in our design of the building, somewhat of an urban lodge, definitely in our name, of course, but I think also in our food. And when we designed the menu, it was just meant to be that. It was, trying to offer some sophisticated items, but maybe also have a little bit of the comfort food that is available for people.
That's a great point, because before I came here, I thought it's going to be too sophisticated. I don't know what I'm putting in my mouth because I don't even know what how to pronounce these words on here. But all the food is great. Everything, I know what I guess I know what I'm eating, But, like a couple examples, I believe the crab cakes here.
Oh, the crab cakes are wonderful. The comfort food, we have the pot roast, and every once in a while we'll do chicken pot pie. But then again, you can turn around and get a porterhouse steak with a blue cheese pesto crust, started off by some tuna wontons. So we do, traditional food, but with maybe a contemporary flair. And the other part of that juxtaposition is the niche we are in dining. We're kind of fine casual. We're a little bit of both. I like to think of us as a welcome respite between $6 mashed potatoes and peanuts on the floor dining.
Right. Thanks for watching today's episode of 501c3. Contact us if you would like us to feature your nonprofit or business. For 501c3, I'm Giovanna, and I want you to show Greenville your community involvement.